Here we go. This is going to be Team Raw versus Team SmackDown in a 5-on-5 traditional Survivor Series match featuring the women of Raw and SmackDown. Of course, this is the teams that are put together of Monday Night Raw being led by the WWE Women's Champion, Charlotte. She's going to be teamed up with Alicia Fox, who I think is being portrayed as a babyface, which honestly, when you look at these teams and they're being named, this team was supposedly named by WWE. Even though Charlotte is the leader, Charlotte tried to sneak Dana Brooke onto the team, and she wasn't able to do it. So Charlotte being forced to team up with Nia Jax, who's one of the forces on Monday Night Raw that we haven't seen in a little bit of a while. I don't know if they maybe took her off television because of she just wasn't getting the job done the way they wanted it to, or if they wanted to sort of keep her as a surprise to being named to the Survivor Series team. They did do the same thing with Sasha Banks before she went on her championship run, beating Charlotte and being that contender. She was definitely off of TV for a good while, and some people thought it was just for the surprise factor of them getting from WrestleMania to SummerSlam. But, Alicia Fox, Bayley, and Sasha Banks teaming up with Charlotte is easily going to be where something I could see where Charlotte, I really think that she's going to be the ultimate survivor, but you have to really think about with all these baby faces, are they going to turn on Charlotte where Charlotte does something where she, I don't know if she's going to do the Rick the Martel Martel gimmick where she's going to try and walk out on them or what she's going to do, but all three baby faces taking turns hitting a finisher on Charlotte to show that, the women's division does have hope to get this title off of Charlotte and keep it, off of her for a while on Monday Night Raw. I wouldn't be surprised to see that, but when you look at the SmackDown team, they have more dissension and they have more of the girls going after each other more than the Team Raw team does. Nikki Bella is the team captain. They also have Natalia, who is the team coach. She's not, on the picture for the match, but she is going to be ringside like a manager. I don't know if maybe they're going to do some sort of a double turn like they did at Survivor Series with Mr. Fuji, where he came out and he was managing Demolition, but due to the fact that he got up on the ring and actually got bumped by Demolition, which caused them to get rolled up, Demolition would turn on him, and then Powers of Pain would pick Mr. Fuji up, dust him off, and even though they were on the babyface side, easily became heels that night and moved over to the other side. When you look at this, you've got Nikki Bella, who's not able to get along with Carmella. You've got Becky Lynch, who honestly just challenged against Alexa Bliss on SmackDown in Scotland for her women's championship. You know that she's gotten it for it. Naomi, who's beat Alexa Bliss, who is in a title hunt to go after Becky Lynch. We haven't really seen Nikki Bella say that she wants to go after the championship. I don't know if they're just protecting the babyface versus babyface gimmick. Carmella seems like the only thing she cares about is exposing Nikki Bella. On one hand, she talks like she's a heel, but if you're a fan and you boo Nikki Bella because she's with John Cena and she's on Total Bellas and she's on Total Divas, you cheer what she says. Honestly, when I used to watch Carmella in NXT, I didn't get the characters of her with Enzo and Kaz for a long time. And for a long time, it seemed like to me that Enzo and Kaz were heels, and then I finally sort of got it. But then I would see Carmella wrestle in singles matches, and when she would come out there without Enzo and Kaz, it was almost like she was the heel. And I don't know if this was sort of like the Lex Luger and Sting deal from Nitro in 1995, where Luger would be friends with Sting and they would team together, but when Sting had his back turned, Luger would do like heel tactics where he would tell the fans to shut up, and at the minute Sting would turn around and look at him, he'd be high-fiving the fans and be in his baby face, because they were setting up for the fact that Luger was going to turn on Sting, and that was going to happen sooner than later. Even though they were friends, Luger was, I guess you could say he was blinded by fame and didn't want Sting to be as famous as he is. I think that this is going to be a weird match. I think if you go back to, I believe, what Survivor Series was that? It was the first year of Total Bellas. It was the debut of Eva Marie, as well as JoJo, who I don't think ever wrestled ever again, unless it was just on an NXT show that wasn't televised. It was ugly. It was bad. Alicia Fox coming out of the attic to be dusted off to be put in this match really doesn't mean anything. We haven't seen her since, I believe, Clash of the Champions, where she lost to Nia Jax. Them being able to say that they don't even know if Alicia Fox and Mia Jax can fight on the same team. She better be able to do it, because we all know that Alicia Fox did stand up to her. She hit her with everything she got, but Jax didn't take it, didn't really sell much of anything in that match, and I think Fox should know she's got her number, and she better try and beat her friend the best she's got. In my opinion, I think that Charlotte is the golden child, and even though I did the whole thing where I set up the fact that she might be Rick the Martyr Martel and she might walk out on her team when they're down, or the fact that the three baby faces might not want to put up with her, yelling and screaming like she's the big deal, I wouldn't be surprised if Charlotte is the Ultimate Champion. I think that honestly, when you look at the SmackDown brand, Natalia's out there for a reason. I don't know if maybe they didn't put her on there, but maybe they'll do another injury angle like they did with Baron Corbin, and that will mean that Natalya has to step up and be put on the team. Whether that means Naomi being taken out, and she has to be the hero to step up, so it's not 5-on-4 and it's 5-on-5. We've seen Natalya wrestling on SmackDown as of late, so it's not like she's hurt or anything like that. And they've already done the whole storyline where Natalya's too old. They did that with the first season of Total Divas, and they've left that behind. They've let her be a wrestler because she's a damn good wrestler. And if you ever go to any of the live events and Natalya's on there, the women's match is always going to be really good. Whether if it's a singles or whether if it's a tag, it's always going to be really fun. So I'm picking Team Raw. I'm picking Charlotte. I think it'd be fun. Well, then leave Bayley in the background. I don't know. But I think it'd be fun if you really saw Sasha Banks and Charlotte be the ultimate survivors of this match. And then as they're having to celebrate, holding up each other's arms that Team Raw won the match, maybe they have them holding the women's championship in the middle. I can't, I'm only one guy here, but the two girls holding their hands up, title draped in between it, because Charlotte's holding it maybe in her left hand, and Sasha's grabbing it with the right, and then maybe you have a pull apart, and that leads to Sasha versus Charlotte for the championship one more time. But then again, they built up Hell in the Cells the last time you were going to see these girls go at it, so maybe they won't be able to do it. Maybe you do the same thing with Bayley. So we'll see. Raw versus SmackDown, Women's Survivor Series match, picking Team Raw.